Alright, well everybody has bought one of everything they're gonna buy then, yes?
Sorry. Stormtrooper Carapace is very rare and it's 6 all over.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as well. Right, so I presume you guys have bought everything you want, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, after, you're geared up and ready, and eventually, after 3 days, the ship finally arrives in the nebula. Let me just look at the name of it again. The Agnius Nebula, where this space hulk that the Imperium has nicknamed Processional of the Damned is located. So when you arrive, there are indeed a number of buoys, probably left by Astartes chapters, to guard this vessel, that give off augur readings warning that it's under the jurisdiction of the Astartes chapters, and that no Imperial forces are to attempt to enter the Space Hulk on penalty of death, among other things. But the Inquisitor ignores this and uses his authority to, force the rest of the crew to go along with it, and eventually you just ignore them and head straight towards the Space Hulk. So, after a few hours, you guys are prepared, and once again in the hangar bay with an Arvis lighter, and the Inquisitor pipes over the Vox and says, "I wish you well in your mission, Acolytes. The fate of the entire Ixionad sector, and perhaps the Imperium at large, goes with you. When you arrive, your objectives are twofold. Your primary objective is to recover any and all information we can about the ritual that was used to bring Koros into reality from the Imperium of the Warp, and find any and all information we can use, no matter how prescribed or foul or heretical it is, that we need to infuse the weapons to destroy him. Your secondary objective? Give me a second. Sorry. Your secondary objective is to find and recover any relics that may be of interest to the Astartes chapters that we could perhaps maybe use to gain their aid in the coming battle, or at least stop them from interfering with us should they discover our presence here, as well as recover any information you can about the vessel the Processional of the Damned once was. And then he just sort of pipes over and says, "I wish you well, Acolytes. God Emperor be with you. The Emperor protects." And then he sort of stops transmitting the Vox communication, and you guys exit the lighter bay and make your approach towards the vessel again. So once you get there, you do a few sweeps around it until your pilot finally finds what he thinks is a decent bay you guys can make an EVA jump from, and he lines up as best he can with this small airlock, which is probably used to transport troops and men in and out of the ships millennia past. And you guys, get as close as you can, maybe 2 or 3 meters from the edge of this airlock. He decompressurizes the back compartment. You guys all get into your void suits or your carapace armor or whatever environmentally sealed suits you have, or that you were provided with. And the door eventually bursts open the back, and you guys make the quick jump over into the destroyed remains of the airlock, which look like this.
Oh shit.
Mine for the Gene Stealers one.
Mm-hmm.
The demon infused Gene Stealers.
It's like, hello.
So you guys jump over and make the quick jump through the void of space, through the nebula, over to this immense ship, which completely dwarfs you in size. It's almost like the size of a small moon or something. And finally make the jump over to the airlock. But the interior airlock door is sealed and won't shut, so it will require a tech use test of, just flat, but you gain any, positive modifiers from any tools or anything you have.
Is the door made of lasers?
Boom. Well, I think I'm re-rolling.
Did you increase your like?
Yeah,
did you
I
use
did.
your? Well, what's the tool? Do you have Omni tool or Omni tool? Do you have any of them?
Omni tool.
Oh, did I
Plus
say I
10.
bought an Omni tool? Oh, I did get one, didn't I? Yeah,
Combi,
sorry. I
combi.
forgot
Combi
Combi.
is
Combi,
plus
sorry.
10, Omni is 20, and it's Astartes, the Omni.
Right, well, I'll tick another box so I don't have to add it in the future.
Hmm.
Well, I mean that was a failed, so anyway, so
You'll have to re-roll it probably.
well, that's with a reroll. Fuck me. Come on, one more time. I'm allowed to
You-
reroll another time. Right?
No, you can't.
Well, it looks
So
like I'm fucked then.
the airlock takes a long time to finally crack open, but when you do it, you improperly did the litany to reseal the outer door in time, and it causes a massive decompression of air. So everybody roll toughness -20 as the door bursts open, and a huge vacuum of air comes barreling out from the inside, threatening to suck you into the ship.
Well, shit.
I bumped that over.
Yeah, I'll bump mine over.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
-20.
Yep.
Laser clamp. Fuck.
Okay, so anyone who
Gonna roll.
failed this, all right, go for it. Anyone who
Nope.
fails this takes 1d10 impact damage that is only reduced by toughness. So the 1d10 is it's 6 for all of you.
Oh, I thought we
Yeah.
just have to roll it.
So just you take impact damage reduced only by your toughness.
Well, I'll take 2 damage then.
Where are our tokens?
Do we have any tokens?
I'm bringing them inside now. Yeah. Sorry, that was just the outer airlock image. So you guys are down here. Can see that? Yeah.
No, I can't actually see anything. Alright, now I can. There we go.
Yeah, you don't actually have light. Give me a sec.
I can see everyone else's lot though, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to you. So.
Cool.
Yeah, now you should have your own.
Okay, cool.
Right, so you guys, reduce yourself by 6 minus whatever your toughness is if you fail the toughness test, as you get slammed against the walls and shit when the door decompresses.
So sneaky.
Okay. So, who wants to control Mira, by the way?
I'll do it. Why not?
Okay, I'll have to give you control of his character, I think.
I
You already have it. Yeah, so roll his toughness and all that.
yeah, we'll do. Give me a sec.
Roll her toughness.
Oh, same toughness as me.
Mm-hmm. Everyone hear the sounds and stuff? Yep.
Faintly, yes.
And we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, 6. Yeah, shit. So he takes 3 wounds.
Increased it a bit, there you go. Okay, so you guys, after the air finally rushes out and the doors are finally sealed and it recompresses again, you guys are finally inside the Space Hulk, the Procession of the Damned. And when you try the Vox communicator to call back to the Light of Alantaris and speak with the Inquisitor, you get nothing but a veiled and slightly broken up static where you hear a bit of what the Inquisitor says, and then the message, well, the transmission just breaks off completely. It's too static to pick up anything. So, you guys are in this room. What do you want to do?
Victus, do you require medical attention?
I look to the group in general, and I say, some of us do.
I couldn't really hear you.
Some of us do, he said.
Right, well, I will start work on you.
By the way, ask the group to surround me and the book.
Is it like plus 20 when I'm using a medkit? I've forgotten, or is it just plus 10? I've forgotten how it works again.
I can't remember. Can
Plus,
someone look at
plus
the broker?
20. Yeah,
I think it was plus 20, but I'm not sure.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's plus 20.
It's based on my intelligence, right?
Yeah, this is your Grimoire of True
5.
Names.
You
I think you're on probably
Beautiful.
on full.
You only use half of the stock in the medkit. Phil.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do I heal?
If it's based on intelligence, I've got 50 intelligence, so probably 5.
5. Okay. So I'm at full.
Is anyone else missing lots? Like,
Mira's missing 3.
I may as well do mirror then.
So George, you have control over the book now, okay?
It's here.
The hovering book of servo skulls with demon names.
Okay, I end up using 2 from that, but mirror gets her health back to
Yep.
full.
Does anyone here have disguise? I want to disguise the book as a person.
You've
I
dressed
don't
up in
have
a
it trained.
dress it up in a fucking like waistcoat and like put,
Like
dangling boots on the end of it.
a scarecrow. Like, this is not a relic, it's just a person.
Flo, are you at full or do you need?
I'm missing 3, but I
Right,
might
you're
be
at full
alright.
now.
Really?
If I guess stepping up and fucking replacing the void that Zarkov left.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
but I
And
was just
I
a lot better.
Don't
so-
hurt myself.
Yeah, you don't heal yourself either,
No.
unless you bump it up to you.
You know, you have a medical mechadendroid, don't you?
Yeah.
So that would give you another +10.
Yeah,
So you-
Medicaid,
No, I've-
Mechadendrites add you plus 10 as well.
I already have. I've just
included
ticked.
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just ticked
Oh, okay.
things.
Don't have Medicaid +20 yet.
No.
Get healer, Phil. God, ugh.
He's an engineer, not a doctor.
Yeah, but Holt's an engineer as well, and he's an amazing doctor, alright.
Holt's a freak.
Yeah, but Holt's just the best tech priest ever made, man.
Hey, don't speak like that about my master.
You're supposed to go, ooh, you can't talk. So, yeah, you're in this corridor. You've medicated yourself a bit. The door ahead of you is sealed and locked. And there is a sort of a screen at the side which seems to control the door ahead of you. That Jax is partially standing on, apparently.
Oh, I was just forming a perimeter.
So what do you guys want to do?
Would you like me to try and do things with the door?
Try
we
and
should-
talk sexy to it in Technolingua.
Don't you have security?
Yes, I have
George,
security, but
You're really low sometimes, George.
Did you move your microphone?
Yeah. But now it's... Is it better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If security can open doors, you have also the multi-key thing.
I
I
do.
think it gives plus 40.
30.
Plus 40? Okay.
30.
Or 30.
Yeah,
30 is still
multi-gate
pretty
is
good.
posted.
Okay,
I
I'll
bought
security
it for you.
then.
So you can either
I remember.
tech use the cogitator to open the door to pass its machine spirit and confuse it, or you can use the security or the multi key to try and force the door open. Your choice.
Security it is.
Bam.
Okay, so Flo approaches the security door, the blast door, and starts fiddling with the ancient mechanical locks, most of which are rusted and warped in some degree or another, but you manage to crack them eventually after a few minutes of work. And opens up to this. So the room before you is ancient and dilapidated. There are some archaeomechanic machines of some kind you're not quite sure of. Most of them bear very ancient monikers of the Palatine Aquila that were used during the Great Crusade before the Imperial Aquila became common. The room itself is rusted and decayed. There's stagnant pools of water that smell and, disgust you, even through the sealed suit of your armor. There seems to be a drain in the middle that seems to have more or less been completely rusted over grime and things like that, but there does seem to be the barest minimum of power in the room. There are some tomes on the floor that are soaked and rusted through. Most of them have collapsed into dust and things like that. Looks like whatever this room was, it seems to have been some sort of minor sort of way station room in the ship at some point, and it was abandoned or fought through at some point. You see the odd impact craters in the side of the wall where heavy caliber bolt shells probably ricocheted across the wall at one point. So it indicates at some point in its ancient millennial travel, the ship was fought over at some point or another, probably several times as it went through the warp. So you have three distinct ways you could go. There's a cogitator screen that's active in the corner, while this one here, whatever this Archaeotech machine is, with its various gizmos and servo arms, seems to be offline and mostly destroyed. But this screen seems active.
I will try and tech use this machine.
The
even though
destroyed
it is
one?
mostly destroyed.
Yeah.
See if I can
So
fix
minus 20 tech use does, so.
it. That tool that I have. Oh, I already got on.
Yeah, you already put it in apparently.
But never mind.
Yeah, so the machine is complex and convoluted. It's a pattern you're not familiar with, but you can tell it's very ancient in description of whatever it is, probably hailing from the dark age of technology, but you're not quite sure what it does or what its purpose was. But you do note that several of its machine parts are not dissimilar from your Medicae mechadendrite, so you think that perhaps this may have been some sort of automated med bay at some point.
So it isn't the circus of value. Should I go and look at this one then?
There's several cogitators in this room. Most of them have collapsed or destroyed. This screen here is completely destroyed, and there's a large impact crater in the center of the screen where a bolt shell probably destroyed it.
So should I have a look at this one? And...
Yeah, sure. That screen is active. Yeah.
Will I need to tech use it at all?
No,
or...
you can just look it over if you want to tech use it to do something with it. But just looking over the screen for now, it's speaking gibberish, completely repeating again and again and again. So, as in Ficus's in Ficus's great understanding of machines, you summarize that this machine spirit has suffered significant trauma and has gone insane. So basically, the machine is just pumping out command lines of crazy nonsense again and again and again.
That happened to
Would
one
I
of my
feel the
computers
need
once.
to put it out of its misery?
It's a blue screen and it says something about Windows XP, and you're not quite sure what it's talking about.
It's the windows to the warp.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to fix it with a tech use, right? Or will I?
You could try. It's minus 20
I'll,
to try. And
right,
make
I'll
heads
try
or
the
tails.
turn it on and off again button.
Have you ever seen that show, The IT Crowd?
Yeah.
Try turning it off and on again.
Oh
It's
god,
running
why am I
Vista.
so
We're
good?
all gonna die.
How much
Oh, my
tech use do you
rolls.
have?
Right now, I have I roll at a 74.
He doesn't even have a bad chance. He just always rolls like 90
Yeah.
something. Look.
Drain
How
Can
come
I
you
try
adding... Is it always minus 20, or is that because of...
No, it's a minus 20 for these machines because they're Archaeotech and he doesn't have a knowledge of them. So,
Oh, okay.
okay, well, I mean, he rolled 95. He's still gonna fail. So.
Fuck it, I'm gonna re-roll. We're
Alright.
doing this. Laser
Laser
clamps. Yes.
Nice. Complete polar opposite. You're either 90s or like 10s. Okay, so you do manage to repair some of the simulated machine spirits. You calm it a bit, do several litanies of antivirus, and finally manage to make sense of the
Update
screen.
Java.
Yeah. It seems to be install Windows Ultron or Chrome Ultron or whatever it's called. So you do finally manage to get some sense out of it, and it seems to be a small administrative layout, which gives you an inclination of where some of these doors might lead. Most of the machine spirit's data is corrupted and mad beyond repair, but you believe that this was some sort of service station for servitors at some point, used by the Mechanicus to repair the thousands of servitors that probably served on this vessel during the Great Crusade. But now it's mostly like, it's a destroyed servo bay, basically. But you can guess 2 of these places before the machine code degrades too much to read anymore. So you can ask me a question about 2 of these places and where they might lead, and I'll tell you something about them.
Where are we looking for, sorry?
You're looking for the area where Koros, the greater demon of Zinch, entered reality, and the cultists who probably prepared the ritual to bring him into reality. You need to find, whatever place it is, and you also need to try and, your secondary objective is to try and recover any relics of the Space Marines or anything of the Imperium that might be of value. So you have no idea where you're supposed to go or where this ritual was, but I mean, if you guys want to try and get to the bridge, or try and get to the Engineerium, or anything like that, up to you.
I'd say, is there going to be an armory, or is that not a kind of thing?
Yeah, there will probably be several armories, yeah.
Should we look for an armory, guys, or...?
Show me the armory. The armory.
So, like, you can literally just ask 2 questions about any of these doors, so it's up to you. Like Shadowrun style, you got 2.
Is there pressure behind these doors?
You can tell, this will be one of your questions, I'll give it to you. This entire section is mostly pressurized. There is areas where it's been breached by the void or it's leaking, but for the most part, the scrubbers in this place have this place mostly pressurized. The air is not good quality, and you'd probably puke if you took off your helmets, but it's functioning,
Oh shit.
Are the Zinch ones the one that are stinky and decay, right?
No.
That's Nurgle.
No. What are the Zinch ones? The sexy ones?
No, the Zinch ones are the bird guys who like fate and stuff.
They're like...
Okay.
They're
The gamblers.
So,
Yeah, psychers basically.
shall I,
Psychers and,
like, ask where the gaming section of this ship is?
that would be like
Maybe
the
it'd be
mess hall.
that general direction. The mess hall?
That's the Lord of Change. That's the thing you're hunting, if anyone wants to have a look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like it.
It's
Anyone
Birdman.
have wrangling?
He controls the future.
That's a Crut
Yeah.
on
The Lord of
steroids.
Change, George. They're probably one of the worst demons you could go against, because they're like powerful psychers.
Yeah.
They know every spell that's ever existed.
And
Phil,
then
I would ask if it were allowed, like where combat took place or whatever.
Yeah, is there any
Obviously,
recent weapon fire or something like that?
which direction has this?
There's no... Well, I mean, this can only tell you things about the ship. It doesn't detect weapons fire or anything.
Okay.
But, yeah. It's like thousands of years old, man.
It can't say where like most
And
of the damage is or
It's
something.
been insane. Yeah, you could try and ask it where most of the damage, areas it detects.
ask where one of the
Yeah.
doors lead, and we'll go that find out.
Just go that way.
You could do that. You could just simply ask where one of these doors leads. Like, you pick one and ask where it leads.
Yeah, let's go for the where George is pointing.
This one?
Where does that go? Yeah.
That leads to the Reclusium, it says.
What's Reclusium?
It is sort of like those what are they called? The chaplains for Space Marine chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reclusium is like a chapel.
Oh,
Go get our dies. We'll be safe there.
there might be relics there.
Jax doesn't say any of this. This is just out of game.
So
So-
you've asked your 2 questions, and then the machine spirit decays and goes insane again, and it looks like it'll be unrecoverable. You gleaned whatever information you could from it.
Lopes asking you if you want to install Windows 10.
Now that's, do you want to install Windows 10,000?
Okay, so I ask the team to secure the other room before I enter with the book.
You're very protective of the book, George.
It's a relic. I've been interested.
Mm-hmm.
How much HP does the relic have?
20.
20.
Cool.
And it has a Terminus power armor.
It has AP5 all over.
This way's the vomitarium.
So the door here is likely, once again, completely, jammed shut, and will require a security test to get it open, because there is no active cogitator you can use to tech keys your way through.
I got this.
So
Breaking
after
and
another few
entering.
moments, Flo manages to coax the gears into clanging open a meter or so, and the door opens up into another wide corridor. So this corridor goes on for several meters. There's some open panels that look like they were being fiddled with or repaired. Some like just a meter or so down the corridor. Then a very large, dark stain at the end of the corridor, which you guys should all be able to see.
Is Jax a melee or ranged?
Ranged.
Ranged? I ask... Mirror is the melee one, right? Yeah. Mirror should...
Yeah.
Mira's ranged melee.
Yeah.
Sort of a hybrid.
Yeah, but she should be on the front.
You don't want to send Boone with the heavy flamer first?
Yeah, maybe I should go
I forgot
first.
about your flamer. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like Boone, Mirror, and me probably at the front.
Yeah.
Someone should probably go rear guard. You never know if you're going to be ass raped.
Okay, I'll go in
Flo-
Astray mode.
I've got pretty good awareness, so I can go in the back and we won't maybe be surprised from behind.
Why don't you just use the book as cover?
Yeah.
Flo might.
Warren, I'm the cover for the book.
Alright, man.
I need to make sure I'm a sneaky bastard.
So, when you're walking down this corridor, about just as Boone is about to reach the door at the far end, you hear the following. Everybody heard that?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Jax
That's not
immediately
human.
dives into cover,
I think
brace.
that's. I activate my.
and that's when he blends into the shadows, or attempts to.
Jax, will you kindly hug me? I'm scared.
Are they coming out of the goddamn walls?
Oh, now you have to hug him, he said the password.
Yeah, Jax just twitches a little bit as the psychic conditioning or whatever takes effect, and then hugs Victus for about a second, and goes back to being in cover.
Flo notices that and thinks that is fucked up.
And over private calm Victus, Jax just says, "Please don't use it sparingly."
I say just testing out what your reaction would be.
You don't get a response.
Yeah.
Would
So
you kindly reply to me?
God. Door at the end of the corridor, you know the drill.
Yeah, I'm
I've
bracing.
activated my blur field.
You can just try and strength break open the door if you don't want to try and security it, though it's a minus 20 strength test to try break these doors open. Our Flo can just security test it.
I pass forwards a fire bomb to anyone that wants it near the front.
Oh, you still have them. Nice. Thought you used them all burning orcs way back when.
No,
I just look
I
at
have
my-
3 left, I think. Wait, let me double check.
I look at my flamer and smile back at you.
Can I presume as you're going through these doors, you're like bracing the flamer to
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Alright, so the
Actually,
door
10.
once again jams open a couple of feet, just enough for you to someone to squeeze in lengthwise if you put your guns through first. And there's a corridor ahead of you. So once again, the corridor is rusted and ancient. There is one active cogitator with a screen at the side, and another 2 doors that seem to lead off into different directions. Anyone who doesn't have sealed armor but just has a rebreather or something on?
Not me.
I have a rebreather.
Okay, anyone who just has like a rebreather and not fully sealed armor, make an awareness test, and it's based on smell. So
Damn it. Awareness. Laser clamp.
Okay. So Victus, when you walk into this room ahead, the boon and everything, and as soon as the door jams open and a bit of like decompressed air comes out, you smell a very strange smell coming from in this room, as if like oil had mixed with something else and decayed over a very long time. I wouldn't say it's a foul smell; it's just a very pungent smell, if you know what I mean. That's odd.
I raise my hand up and I microbeat everyone, saying that I detect a strange smell.
Jax deactivates his rebreather in his helmet and tries to tell what it is. Heightened senses smell gives +10, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you sniff the ground a bit, or the air around Jax, and let me see, what do you have knowledge of, actually?
Knowledge base, I have like no knowledge at all. I have tech, and that's it.
Okay, so the only thing you think it smells like is the sort of industrial lubricant used by the Mechanicus in their machinery, if you know what I mean. But it's as if it's decayed significantly, okay?
Yeah.
But you can smell it too, and Victus is right, it is very pungent. So.
Yeah, I activate my rebreather. Does what armor are you wearing, Victus?
Carapace armor, but it's the separate one.
Can it receive like can carapace armor receive like messages from other suits or?
I have a
It's not
microbeat.
really that sophisticated. Yeah.
Okay, so Jax doesn't do anything. Jax doesn't make a comment or anything.
But I do have a microbeat.
Yeah, but Jax just doesn't want
Jax
to
doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Last guy was blind, this guy is mute. So,
He's not mute, he just avoids talking.
Yeah.
The next guy's just going to be a fucking like a torso.
Well, you should see Chris's character in Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
So fucking blind, deaf, and now mute fucking Ogren who sees through a demon armor.
Yeah.
At least
Good
he didn't get his
thinking,
eyes
Howard.
and ears blown out. I'm so sorry about that, Warren, just still.
Well, get used to it. So you guys are in the next room. What do you want to do?
North or west?
I can describe the room to you again or anything, but I think I did pretty good detail. So.
Is
Well, we've
this a
got two
cogitator?
choices.
Yeah, it seems to be a small service cogitator of some kind with a screen and a small panel at the side.
I point at the cogitator and ask Ficus to do his machine spirit magic.
I will come up. Do.
Laser clamp.
Okay, so this one is just
Any
flat.
minuses or
No,
okay.
this one's flat. This one seems to be quite coherent despite its decades of use.
Oh yeah.
So it is literally just a control panel for these two doors, and it also tells you where they lead. So left, it says, goes to the Reclusium, okay? And upward goes to the synth-stasis pods, okay? That's what it says.
Scene? Stasis?
Synth stasis pods. So left goes to the Reclusium, and the left goes to the Reclusium and the Tomb of Heroes. Okay, north goes to the synth stasis pods. That's what it says.
Do any of us know what that scene stasis thing is?
Yeah, it's if anyone rolls Common Law Imperium, you can know what a synth stasis pod is.
Common law tech.
No, literally just Common Law. Common Law Tech would be a +20 because Common Law Imperium. Most people know what. Well, who don't grow up on shit worlds or like as gangers know what it is.
All being mind cleansed.
Yeah. So, tech use plus. Well, it's actually Common Law Tech +20 or just flat Common Law Imperium.
Hell, your time is up.
What?
Common law tech +20.
I don't think I have common or tech.
Get it? I'm sure you get it when you start as a Mechanicus.
I get machine cult.
You have common Lord Techville, that's at the side there, above Medicaid.
Flat?
Yep. Oh no, plus 20, sorry. Yeah, you would have got
Oh.
it anyway. Okay, so you know that synth stasis pods are used to preserve organic things over long journeys, generally food and stuff through the warp, but they can also be used to preserve humans in stasis. But they were commonly used in the Dark Age of technology when warp drive wasn't well understood, and humans colonized the galaxy by spending hundreds, if not thousands, of years aboard ships, where only minimal crew would spend generations, and then they'd, swap out spending decades or hundreds of years in synth stasis pods. So they're basically cryostasis tubes, if you know what I mean.
Is there no life signs in one of them? And then we give away Jimmy.
It's this thing from Hariel's campaign, yeah. I can't remember what was happening. I only remember there was an android and it was weird.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they are. They're stasis pods. They could be for food or they could be for people. Like they're just organic matter when you want to preserve them over long periods of time. And left is you already know what that is. So.
Actually, okay. Should we go and have a look in there? I feel it could be useful if we could revive someone.
I thought we were going to look for relics in the Reclusium.
Okay,
Technically, these
continue on
people
then.
would be relics, but if they were there, they would all have been slaughtered for the summoning. There's most likely no one left there.
Our
Okay.
mission is just to recover relics and the name and the ritual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll avoid going into places that we do not need to go.
Mm-hmm. At least for now.
Loot, George, loot.
So you guys are going to the Reclusium then? So that's
Yeah.
left. Alright. There you go. So you can open the door easily enough with a tech use test. So going into this room, Boone, you can feel it yourself. The temperature in this room drops several degrees, okay? Like maybe the room you're in, like literally when you come in here, if you're like your breath fogs in your mask and stuff, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's near a couple below 0 in degrees Celsius. So water on moisture on your face starts to like crystallize a bit, if you know what I mean. So it looks like the temperature controls in this room are not working at full optimacy, and like the cold of the void has started to creep in. And you can tell the reason for this is this bent panel here. It looks as if something large ripped its way through, and the temperature exchange here has been ruptured, and the gas that used to warm this room has long since seeped out and boiled off, if you know what I mean.
We should go through here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the room, this door is different from the previous doors. It looks as if it has been welded together and sealed deliberately to block this passage. So the security test will not work. There's no cogitator to break it open. The only thing you can think of doing is either breaking through the door by cutting through it yourself with a welder of some kind, or a welder of some kind, or a blowtorch. I mean, or by blowing the doors up. So your choice, or shooting at them with a heavy weapon of some kind.
Would a power sword work?
It could do, but it might damage the power sword, if you know what I mean.
Someone had a las cutter, didn't they?
Yes, my very first character had a las cutter.
No one brought the las cutters.
I have a las cutter. It's on me.
Nice. Okay. So Flo is doing all the doors today.
Fuck yeah, you need a door open. Call
Okay,
1, 2,
so-
3 door giveaway.
Flo ignites the las cutter and starts to break through the door, though it's a slow process and all of you are a little more than on edge. So I guess you like flick around watching the corridor you just came from, watching the panels below you and like the vents above you and everything else, and you're all very aware that this is a dangerous situation. But after a while, nonetheless, the door finally gets cut open, about a meter hole, and flops open into this room. Okay. So ahead of you, there is a large access panel with a ladder that leads down and a door to your north, as well as another what appears to be elaborate archaeotech machine on the side, as well as two cogitators. It looks like this may have at one point been some sort of service room for weaponry of some description, or for armor.
I will check over the machine again. It's another -20, or
Yep. Well, feel free to move into the room. So. This room also looks like it's seen battle of some kind. The brown stain that Mirror is now standing on looks as if a large organic creature of some kind bled out there, and its black blood has, burnt or rusted the metal below. So.
laser clamps.
Jax will try and sniff it to see what he, see if he can recognize, see if it smells like human blood, at least.
Yeah. So this seems to have been some sort of preparatory machine, Ficus. You do know of these machines yourselves. They still exist, though this one is of a more ancient and advanced pattern. It is used to help in the preparation of Marines for combat, Space Marines for combat. So it's basically the machine that sort of essentially dresses them in their combat power armor. Yeah.
Is this relic-y at all, or?
Could be. I mean, all machines are sacred to you, but it's not uncommon, if you know what I mean. And you're not going to rip it out of the wall and take it with you. It's too huge.
Okay.
So. But yeah, there is a large ladder that leads down into another area below you, and a door to the north, as well as various broken combat blades and stuff, and more books and stuff on the ground.
What does the blood smell like, Warren?
You mean the stain on the ground?
Yeah.
It smells like rusted metal. It's like 10 millennia old, man.
Okay.
So is this room the Reclusium, or is it just sort of like a...
No.
This seems to have been some sort of preparation room.
So we haven't reached the Reclusium.
Nope.
Jax sends Victus, he sends you just a buck signal, just to get your attention, and then nods in the direction of the ladder. Victus.
George, I can't hear you if you're muted.
I was muted, sorry.
I say to Jax via microbit, if you want to inspect the ladder, go ahead.
Would you kindly?
Yeah. Did Jax walks over? How big of a drop is it?
Several meters down, maybe 10 plus. Not something you want to jump, you take fall damage.
Yeah.
I am preparing a shot in this general direction if needs be.
Jax grabs hold of the ladder, goes about halfway down, then drops the rest. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Does everybody see that, or just him?
Just him.
Just him.
Just him.
Okay, now everybody sees it? Yeah.
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 Yep.
Oh,
So,
yes.
you come down into a very dark and very decrepit sort of room. Do you have dark sight, Jax?
Hold on, give me a sec. Carapace armor has something. Carapace armor has a photo visor and a helmet.
I think that gives you night vision, so yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so looking around this room, you see your night vision blares off the very low lighting, almost non-existent lighting of this room, just the odd green panel from some distant cogitator or access panel. And you see what appears to be almost sarcophagi in the corners of this room, and a book in the far corner. And the room is quite old looking, but the sarcophagi are huge, for men far larger than yourselves, if you know what I mean. And they seem to be sealed and locked. So you're in some sort of crypt for Space Marines, by the looks of it.
Jack sends a signal to Victus saying, and just says backup is requested.
Okay. I ask the Mira and Boone to go down, and then I go after them, and say to Ficus and Flo to go after me.
Okay.
So who's going in? Boone and
The group, everyone.
everyone. Okay.
Yeah, but in that order.
Just going in the order, yeah.
Yeah, just move yourselves into the room in the order you came down. Okay, so the room is very dark, so unless you have dark sight, you can't see shit, but anyone with dark sight or like some sort of night vision can see the room.
My eyes glow.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, you have that night vision shit because of your trial thing. Alright, so yeah, you're standing in a very, very old and ancient part of this ship, even older probably than some of the other parts of the ship. And there are definitely some very regal looking sarcophagi on the corners with some very powerfully encrypted imagery, you know, very detailed sketches in black obsidian on top of them, which resemble what you guys would imagine a space marine looks like, but the armor is a bit older than what you know, your vision of the angels of the emperor are normally. And then there's a very old and decrepit book in the corner there. To your south of you, there seems to be a sealed and heavily locked area of the ship, so it just seems to end there. There doesn't seem to be a way down or anything. It's as if it's been permanently sealed. And that's it. So what do you guys want to do? There's an air of like holiness to this room. So
I'll look at the book.
okay, so do you speak High Gothic? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the book is written in beautifully illustrated and calligraphied High Gothic in a very old pretense in a language. Well, it's written in High Gothic, but the language is a offshoot of High Gothic you're not completely familiar with. You guesstimated it's probably from whatever world this Astartes Legion originated from. So reading over it, it just seems to be a list of names and deeds. Probably the names and the deeds of those who are interred here. Okay.
I take pictures with I assume the book is huge, right?
Yeah, the book is even bigger than the book with the servo skulls on it. It's about the size of like what you imagine a space marine would be standing up, if you know what I mean. And it's got hundreds of names and thousands of deeds. You know, in dozens below each name. So.
Would it took a long time to pick recorder, like everything?
It would take a very long time. Yeah.
I will draw
Okay.
it.
Never mind.
Can we just bring it, or is it actually attached to the wall?
It's not attached to the wall, but it's very big. It's like the size of a space marine, so someone would have to like lug that massive book with them.
Can we see the
Mira
latest
skull?
names?
Yeah, you can look at the latest names. So George, if you want to go have a look at the latest names, and okay, so you don't speak this language exactly. It's an offshoot of High Gothic because it comes from one of the ancient chapter worlds. So for you, this would be a speak High Gothic, or sorry, it would be a literacy roll. Yeah, flat literacy.
Oh god, I'm at 30%. Laser clamp.
Yeah, can't make heads or tails. You only understand the names because they're nouns, if you know what I mean. While everything else is like you do get out the odd words, sorry, like vanquish and things like that in High Gothic that translate well to this language. But some things they're too broken up to make heads or tails of.
Okay.
That was a reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt it. Anyone else?
If anyone else has
reads
High Gothic and literacy, you can make a roll. Yeah.
Oh no.
Bill, do you have that?
Low Gothic.
Does Mira have? I got it.
Yeah, give me a second, I'll have a look. Mira has... Yes, but yeah, she has a literacy 29% chance.
It's nearly as good as Victus, so
Nah.
nope. Could re-roll it.
Nah, there's no need. Save it for something better.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys have a good guess of what this room is and what its purpose was, but other than that, it's up to you guys to decide what you could do. You could try and open the sarcophagi.
That would be too
That's a-
heretical, right? Probably,
It's a
even for
terrible
us.
idea.
Pretty fucking heretical, yeah.
I'd say
Yeah,
we just
Okay,
leave.
well, I'm insane, so I
Roll for insanity. If you roll below your insanity, you open it. I don't know. That's the way I do it. But
That
you
makes
can open
sense.
it. You can open it if you want. I mean, you're the crazy one. So
yeah. I'm gonna roll. So D100.
I guess that's the way you want to do it.
You know, they might have been buried with some relics. You don't know.
Yeah, I open.
Or attempt to. It's probably heavy as fuck, man.
Okay, so it's been sealed deliberately, but the seal still seems to be active as designated by the green light flashing on it, indicating the seal is still active and preserved. So you flip it, it asks several times and various things, warnings, litanies of transgressions and everything else. But you ignore it and open it and pop it open. So inside you open it and a absolutely foul smell starts to waft through the area of desiccating flesh. And inside the tomb is the full-bodied, in full ceremonial cloth and armor, best preserved flesh of an ancient space marine. So even though the body is withered and husked completely, it's thousands of years old, but the stasis chamber inside the crypt has mostly kept it intact. So the flesh is withered and only now starting to putrefy and desiccate, if you know what I mean. So it starts to waft through the area. And you do know one thing: the Space Marine is buried with a single large bolter across his chest that he's gripping, and on it bears a sigil. So if anyone has Adeptus Astartes again, Forbidden Lord Adeptus Astartes, you could know what legion this was. But Aldris inside it is a very ancient and ornate-looking Astartes bolter, and the desiccated remains of a Space Marine.
Can you describe it, since out of game, or I'm curious what it is?
Describe it out of game for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. It has wings coming out of either side, and what looks like a drop of some liquid in the middle.
Alright, Blood Angels. Alright, so not heretical. Good. Guys, we're not in a heretical space hole. It's good.
Yay.
But the Blood Angels might get very, very mad that they found out that we opened up one of their things. Oh shit, Black Rage as well.
We don't know that.
No, we don't, but I'm scared now, out of game.
But weren't we were told to like acquire any, Space Marine stuff we could, right? So
Yeah, any information or whatever you could, yeah. But I don't know if that goes as to opening up, like, literal, in your eyes, angels' coffins and taking their shit.
Well, I mean,
You could just tell them it was there, but yeah, sure.
Jax walks over to Focus. Do you have a Auspex on you? Bill.
What?
No.
Then Jax does not walk over to you at all.
I can rub it with some sacred machine oil.
Rub his
No, it's-
dead body with sacred machine oil.
More an Auspex, we could mark the location on the map.
Yeah, why don't you have an Auspex, Phil? That's, like, important.
Yeah, God,
How much are they?
Well, you can't get it now, but for next time you should probably get one. They're good.
Is this a door?
No, it's a sealed off part of the ship. There's nothing down that way.
Mhm.
It's probably where more of the crypts are, but it's been completely sealed off. So there's another one if you want to open that one. Or, I mean, do you want to take that bolter, or what do you want to do, Ben?
does anyone stop me or?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you reach to
Yeah.
grab the bolter, Jax will like quickly walk over, put a hand on your shoulder, so you look up into him, and then shakes his head.
Hey, he won't need it.
Says, Bon, let's go up.
Also remember, it's an Astartes bolter, so using it gives you the penalty for not understanding
Yeah.
how Astartes weapons work. So
Yeah, after you say that, Jax racks the slide of his hunting rifle and then shakes his head again.
What do you do? Sorry.
Like, I'm assuming the hunting rifle has like a lever action type thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I like pull that back basically, so it's primed to fire, and then I shake my head again.
And
You're not
I
fun.
just say the let's go up.
Stop moving so I can move you.
Actually,
Guess
I
you
should.
go. I'll climb back up the ladder again. Don't want to take the bolter boon though.
I should have rolled for insanity when he cocked his rifle like at me. No, I
Pick up
won't.
your flamer and burn them all to death.
I'm not that insane yet. I think.
Yeah, probably not that insane. Alright, so yet again, there's a door here. Same old thing. This one has not been welded shut though, it could be broken open with a security. Or if Ficus Tech uses this console, he could also open it.
Boom! Tech use time. What kind of is it? Flat?
Yeah, flat. This console is mostly working.
All hail the Omnisire and laser clamps.
Oh.
Yeah, so he gets it. The ancient servos of the door wheel open, and the following room is revealed to you. So these are not cogitators. These are large sort of bays where it looks like something almost humanoid in shape would have at one point set in. So this looks like it was some sort of servo bay again for servitors, but it looks like the servitors sort of recharged here and were maintained, if you know what I mean. And these small cogitators here seem to be for interfacing with their machine code and repairing them and things like that. So these were probably servitors used for the preparation of dead space marines, or the chaplain's power armor, which is probably what that machine in the other room was for. So yeah, this door has a functioning cogitator. You can literally just press to open the door. It still works and understands what it's supposed to do. So I guess someone just presses the button unless there's something you want to do in the room.
I will prepare action to shoot anything that I see through the door if it's evil.
Okay.
I
So
microbeat Flo to come over.
there is one thing you do know of interest. There are several large impact craters in the ground that look like they were blown open by, yet again, Astartes, very large caliber bull shells.
Head to the shopper. Flo?
What?
Um,
Sorry.
I call you up to the room.
I'm sorry. I've been wrestling my cat.
One, does the servitor charging station have like a data jack that would align with the head and maybe download a backup data that the servitor had?
It's not so much backup data, but it does have data jacks and things for MIU interfaces to reprogram the servitors and things like that. Yeah.
Jack sends Ficus just a box signal that nods in the direction of the servitor charging station.
Okay. What am I doing?
Use that
I zoned out.
thing. Done.
Pardon?
Use that thing.
Oh, sorry, I
Jack
thought you
into it
said
and learn
something.
what you can from it. Anything.
All hail the laser clamp Omnisire.
Yeah, this machine
Okay.
is totally fucking dead. There's no
Go.
power going to it, so it's completely offline. It requires a lot
Fiddle with-
more. It requires a lot more than the minimum power that is currently operating on the space hulk.
Wait. What if I have? Can I use what the hell is it?
Your aluminum charge.
Yeah, well, I don't have charge. I have blast.
Yeah, you need aluminum charge. to
Exploded.
charge things.
Oh, never mind then.
All right. So, does anyone just want to press the button to open the next door because it's still active and working? unlike the other doors.
Is it where I'm standing, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, after everyone's in position, I from the, what you call it?
Okay. So you press it, and the next door leads into a very large open area that looks like it's had significant damage done to it. So the door just ahead of you, the one that opened up here, as in everyone can see the red ruler, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This door looks like it has been rent open by something with significant strength, and it's been completely like ripped apart and damaged, so that like the blast doors sort of hang off their hinges, if you know what I mean. And the next room is a absolute mess of destruction. It looks like at one point it was almost like an ornate chapel. It's got very intricate books and things like that. It's also got two servitors who look like you can see the servitor here and the servitor here, that look like they're hanging off the walls as if they've been ripped apart and destroyed. But at one point they looked like admin servitors that simply recorded things or performed various bureaucratic duties. But the whole room looks like it's seen a fair share of combat. There's a massive crack in the ground where some very powerful force literally shattered the room. Some of the stained glass windows from the top have crashed down onto the ground, and it's chaos. It looks like there's hundreds of bolter shells on the wall, and the whole room has been destroyed. But some of the books still look intact. Other books, like this one on the ground here, look like they were rent from the wall and destroyed, probably in the combat.
I motioned the rest of the group to come over.
Yeah, sorry. I was making sure I didn't have to roll for insanity if anyone, when they controlled me.
What we see?
Yeah, there are books. These are destroyed servitors. Giant crack in the ground, destroyed books, door, destroyed stained glass window that fell from the top of the roof and impacted the ground.
I look through the book.
Yeah, so the book is once again written in that strange language, the variation of High Gothic, but a brief glance over seems to be a list of battle litanies and oaths and things like that.
And the other one?
Same thing. Just a different tome of battle, basically. It's kind of like the precursor to the, what do you call it? Codex Astartes, if you know what I mean.
And they are big as well.
Yeah, they're about, the size of you, if you know what I mean. And chained to the wall.
What is this thing?
That's a book that was ripped off the wall and destroyed.
I ask Ficus if he's able to look up the servitors to see if he can find any information.
I will see if they have any power running to them. I will try and do things.
There's no power running in any of them. Their flesh is completely desiccated to the point where they're literally just skulls for the organic part and bones.
Okay.
The metal parts are rusted and dilapidated, and there is no power going through any of them. Most of them have been ripped to pieces or blown apart. So they're very unlikely you're going to get
Sorry, Victus.
Yeah, and the parchment they were typing out, which is flowing to the ground, as you can see here from this guy and the other guy over there. It's like basically they have little, typewriters on their fronts that's what they did. They ticked in as, chaplains put off litanies and stuff. It seems to be the ink is so faded you can't even read anything in the paper. Is turning to dust, if you know what I mean. So.
Okay. This door.
Yeah. So this door is once again jammed and needs to be forced open or welded open.
Well, do your magic.
Yep. You got it. She puts down her shades and goes to work.
So a few minutes go by, you cut a big enough chunk through the door to get through. And you get into the next room, which is much like the last one. More books, more destruction, more destroyed servitors, more bolter shells impacting all across the wall, more, cracks and everything, as if this entire place has been destroyed. Except a room leads off to the right that has a much more ornate look to it.